Welcome back to Unknown and Talented. My name is Jalon Abrams, and happy Wednesday. If this is you listening to this one in ear, happy Wednesday. You know what? I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I'm gonna stop faking for the camera, guys. I'm not feeling it. Um, I don't know how much longer I really want to do this. This is episode, I think, 53, I believe, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not happy. Um, Putting in a lot of work, buying a lot of equipment. Like I know y'all see this mic, y'all see the camera, y'all see the lights. Time. I'm up early recording this. Um, I just don't feel like it's gonna work out, and I know I'm supposed to be the motivational speaker, but this ain't it. This ain't it. I've been putting in the hours, 10,000 hours, and I don't see my 10,000 results. And I just feel like it's just time to stop. Sometimes in life it's just time to wrap it up, and I think this is the time. So I just wanted to make sure I do it on air so everybody would know exactly what's going on. Y'all know me. I know I'm an actor, right? But have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like you're putting in so much work, so much hours, hard work, discipline, and you're not seeing the results that you thought you're supposed to get? You know me, I've even though that was just a skit, I was just kind of just faking it, but I feel like that all the time. But it's never an option to quit. Like I said, it's never an option to quit. I know I say that all the time. We don't quit. What you might want to do, look into a rebrand. And what is a rebrand, you ask? Okay, so rebrand is reinventing yourself, reinventing your image. People are seeing you in a different light. So you live your life a certain way, and then when you rebrand, that's something, it's a big change. So now people are looking at you differently. I might have said the same thing three times, but but it's just the image that people see is going to be different, and this perspective of you is different, and now people are going to treat you different. Because once they see a different image, they're not going to treat you the same way they used to treat you, is because they see something brand new. And you have to let them know that this is something new. This is not the same old me. This is going to be a different version of me. So examples of rebrands, I think of Instagram. You scroll on Instagram every single day. You spend hours and hours and time on Instagram. But at one point, Instagram was just pictures. The only thing you do is take a picture of your food, take a picture of your balcony, pick a picture of your new nails, and it was a bunch of selfies. That's what they worked to create the word selfies, because that's what people posted on Instagram. It was nothing but pictures. I'm not sure if y'all remember those days, but those days were legit. Whatever it was, they put random filters, just random things they just post on Instagram. Now, Instagram is totally different because Instagram rebranded. They rebranded throughout the year. So if you remember, the logo was a camera. So that kind of put the vision in people's minds that, oh, this is a place I want to go for pictures. Now you see the image is more of a gradient color, still kind of a camera, but it's still a little different. But now when you think of that image, you don't think of, oh, I'm coming here for pictures. You think of, different things. So with Instagram, they wanted to rebrand because they pretty much had pictures down pat. People came to Instagram for pictures. But Instagram didn't have the vision of just being pictures. Because if you have the vision of just sticking where you are, if you're sticking where you are, you're going to get behind, because people are always improving, people are always getting better. So you have to continuously reinvent yourself. So Instagram saw Vine. Vine is, if you don't remember, the 7-second platform where they were able to post 7-second videos, and people were getting famous off of Vine. It was kind of crazy. 7 seconds, people had ads, jokes, everything in 7 seconds. And then Instagram said, you know what? Yeah, I got 7 seconds. I'm gonna introduce this thing 15 seconds. So now instead of a 7-second video, you can do 15-second videos on our platform. So now people are saying, okay, we're not gonna go to Instagram, we're not gonna go to Vine for videos. Now we can go to Instagram, because they not only have the pictures, now they have the videos. So now they made a rebrand into video. So now when you think of Instagram, you don't just think of photos. Now you think of photos and videos. So that kind of like X'd out Vine out of the picture. And the next rebrand that Instagram made was adding stories. I remember at one point Snapchat, I don't even know if y'all still use Snapchat, but Snapchat was blowing up. People were just doing random videos of their random day. Just, like I said, basically when Instagram had just the regular photos and selfies, that was what Snapchat was. They had random videos of your food, random videos of what you're doing throughout the day, so people could stay in touch with people all day long. Instagram said they didn't want to stay the same. They had to rebrand. So now with stories, now instead of logging into Snapchat where you can only create, your stories or going throughout your day, now we're on Instagram. Okay, we can do pictures, we can do 15-second videos, and we can do stories. Okay, you know what? We're going to come on to Instagram because we can do more now. Now we don't have to open up that Snapchat app. We can do the same thing we do on Instagram. And that was another rebrand. And then their most recent rebrand, as you know, Reels, which is something that everybody uses now. They looked at TikTok. TikTok was blowing up. There was a video platform where people were trending sounds and all these different things that people become popping on TikTok. Instagram changed their entire platform. They rebranded again. So now they went from just photos to 15-second videos to stories to now Reels, where you can legit record as long as you want. So they honestly competing with YouTube as well now. And it changed the whole game for Instagram, because Instagram, if they just stayed as a photo app, they would have been in the same position where Tumblr's at. Nobody uses Tumblr anymore. If y'all do, hey, I don't know, but nobody uses Tumblr anymore. And that's the same thing you have to do in your life. You want to continuously rebrand, continuously change, and it's not always being at the bottom of the bottom when you make that rebrand. You might be at the top of the top, but you have to see what's going to happen next. So another example of rebrand is Rihanna, Bad Girl Riri. I wanted to give this example because this is going to be more personal to you, because this is actually individual. This is not a business, but it is a rebrand because Rihanna itself is a business, and you want to look at yourself the same way when you're thinking about rebranding. So I think of Rihanna, I think of when she first came out, Pon de Replay. That was Rihanna with the hair, the curly hair going all the way down. That was like the good girl Riri, right? And then she ended up rebranding into Bad Girl Riri, where good girl gone bad. She had the whole album just showing that she's rebranding, she's changing her identity because she wanted more. And upon the replay, yeah, she was a superstar at that point. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. She was a star. Okay, she was a star at that point. When she turned into Bad Girl Riri, she became a superstar, because there are levels to this. So you might not be great, you might be okay, but now you want to get to the next level. There's going to be something you have to do different. And she changed her entire identity, where now, instead of being Pon de Replay, which could have been a great artist if she stayed that way, but she ended up changing to be a great artist. And then, she continued to grow, put out an album called Anti. Anti came out like 2016. This is by far my favorite album from her. I think it's her best album. I think everybody likes the album. The album was, a great album. But then at that point, she's at the top of the music industry. She has, all the songs, everybody loves her. And then she's like, yo, I want more. What more can I do to be a superstar? So in 2017, she introduced this thing called Fenty Beauty. And if you don't know what Fenty Beauty is, you've been living under a rock. Fenty Beauty is her beauty brand. If you think about going to Ulta, you think about going to any kind of makeup store or a face care store, you're going to see Rihanna. You're going to see Fenty Beauty. So she pretty much rebranded from just being a music icon to being a entrepreneur, where she has her own business. And then also in 2018, she started a Savage Fenty. So now not only is she moving from music, she's an entrepreneur with beauty. Now she has her own clothing line. And this is what made her blow up. This is what made her become a billionaire. She became a billionaire in 2023. And then she was also able to do the Super Bowl. So even though Rihanna was on the top of the music industry, without rebranding into being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, she wouldn't have been able to get these opportunities of being in the Super Bowl, being a billionaire. She wasn't going to get a billion from music. She had to rebrand. So this is the same thing we have to do in life. We're not going to be able to get to the next level or get the goals that we want by staying the same. Staying the same is not going to help. You might think your life is good. You might think you're okay at this level, but to get more, you're going to have to change a lot. So just recapping those two examples, we think of Instagram, we think of Rihanna. You don't have to be in a bad situation to rebrand. You could be doing just fine. Instagram was doing just fine with just pictures. They didn't need to change, but they wanted to change because they wanted more. Rihanna, she was at the top of the music industry. 2016, the best album of her career. She didn't have to switch lanes, but she wanted more. So she decided to switch. In your life, okay, you could be okay where you're at, but if you want more, you want to actually make a change. You don't want to wait until you're failing to make a change because it's too late. At that point, when you are completely failing, you are completely down. When I started this episode, you're just worn out. You're not going to be able to make the rebrand that you need to because you're not going to have any energy to do it. I think of Blockbuster. Everybody knows who Blockbuster is. If you don't know, you're too young. Turn the podcast off. You're way too young. But basically, what Blockbuster was, if you're not familiar, it was a store that you pretty much rent DVDs and VHS out of. You bring home and you get to watch, and then you take it back. It was kind of like a library, but you had to pay for it. So Blockbuster, they did their way. They was on top of the game. Everybody knew what Blockbuster was. Blockbuster was on every single corner. Then a company called Netflix came out, and Netflix decided to ship you the DVDs because they were like, y'all don't need to go to this store to rent what you want. You can just go online, pick what you want. We're going to deliver it to you pretty fast too. I think it was like 1 to 2 days. I think they actually delivered them DVDs to you. And then when you're done with it, just ship it back to us and we'll send you another one. And you can do it over and over and over without even leaving your house. Because when you're watching DVDs, you think about it, you're doing something that you don't have to leave the house. So to actually go to a store to get it, to come back and then watch it and then go back to the store, it was kind of inconvenience. So Netflix was coming and Blockbuster's like, oh boy, the competition is coming. So instead of thinking ahead of the game, Blockbuster just copied it. They said, okay, we're going to do something like that. We're going to have some stations outside. So you don't have to actually go into the store to do it. They tried to make a little rebrand, but at that point, it was already failing. At that point, Netflix already took over. Blockbuster wasn't thinking about what they should do ahead of time. And actually, I did some research. Netflix actually sat down with Blockbuster. It was like, they wanted to look for them as to be an investor. So Blockbuster could have actually, bought Netflix. They pretty much told them everything they wanted to do. And they said, nah, we don't want to do it. So they weren't thinking ahead. They were thinking of where they're at. They're thinking, we're good. We don't need to change. We're fine. And they ended up failing. So when you think about rebranding yourself, like I said, don't always think about where you're at now. Think about where you're going. New Year's just happened. We're thinking about the New Year's resolutions. If you don't have New Year's resolutions, you already know this ain't the podcast for you. You need to shut it off. But we're always thinking about bettering ourselves because if we're not bettering ourselves, we're getting worse. You can't stay the same and think you're going to get better. Staying the same is going to stay where you are, and people are going to be doing laps around you. This way, doing laps around you. So how do we make this rebrand? What you want to do first, you want to reflect. You want to reflect on where you're at in life right now. You're going to look at your goals, which should be easy, which should be pretty easy. We just created New Year's resolutions. We just created new goals. So it should be pretty much right next to you, like right here. So look at your goals. See what's working, what's not working, what you need to change. Think about where you want to go. Think about the goals you currently have, what's working, what's not working. Cut out those excuses because when you look at these things, I didn't do this because it is. I didn't do this because of that. No, cut off all the excuses. Because making this rebrand, if you make excuses, only thing you can do is fail. And we're not failing, okay? So we're just going to make sure everything that we want to accomplish, we can accomplish, but you have to make sure to really sit down with yourself. Take about a good couple of days and really think about what things you want to change. Because when we start to rebrand, we're not going back. We're not going back to the old life. This is going to be a complete change of what we're doing. And we have to be consistent with that change as well. So really sit down with yourself, sit down with your goals, find probably an accountability partner to see, what have I not been doing, doing that I need to change. Sit with somebody. If you have no idea what you want to do, find somebody that you can trust and they can say, yo, you've been screwing up. And you got to be able to take that advice and say, okay, so I'm going to attempt to change now. So that's the first step. First step is to reflect. So the second step is to prepare for this rebrand. So you already got your goals. You already have, looking back at what you've done, what have not working. Now we have to figure out what's going to work. What things have you done that worked, and use those same way you accomplish those goals. Use those for the other steps in your life. You want to check the landscape. You want to check people that are in your field or people that you look up to and see what kind of things they do. For me, I look at a lot of different entrepreneurs. I'm a fan of, Kevin Hart. And what pretty much something that he does is he wakes up super early. And I pretty much put that into my life, rebranding, and decided to wake up early. It wasn't easy. It definitely wasn't easy, but I made the game plan that you have more hours in the day if you end up waking early, because at nighttime, that's when everybody's up. That's when everybody's partying. Waking up before that, waking up at 4 o'clock, waking up at 5 o'clock, you have hours to yourself. You scroll on Instagram, TikTok, all these social media apps, nobody's up. So you have nobody to communicate with, nobody to laugh with. You're able to just be with yourself, be with your goals. So that was something that I said I'm making a game plan to wake up early. So what things in your life can you make a game plan to say, I'm going to do this? And even if it's hard, even if it sounds like something you possibly can't even do or can't even imagine yourself doing, that's what this rebrand is. The rebrand is being someone different. You're not going to be the same person you were before. You're going to be somebody totally different. So if you think it's hard, yeah, it's hard for the current you, but the person you're going to be, this is going to be a breeze. So now we're ready for the rebrand. So the first step in the rebrand is changing your logo. Being a person, of course, you don't have a logo. We don't have logos as people, but we have our appearance. So we want to make sure we change our appearance, because the way we look has to be different, because we're making a change. So we want people to see us differently. I know a lot of times I preach. Well, I don't preach. I'm not a preacher. But I know a lot of times I say, don't really worry about what other people think. But in this rebrand is really important to see yourself differently. So you changing your appearance, you can't look in the mirror and see the same exact thing you've been seeing, because then you're going to go right back into the same habits, because you're going to think of that same person. You're going to think of that same person that can't wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You're going to be somebody totally different. So we're going to work on changing our appearance. And that could be something simple as growing your hair out, cutting your hair, buying new clothes, losing weight, gaining weight, something you want to do to change something about yourself, to look in the mirror and say, this is not the same person. This is not the same person I see. I'm not going to be moving the same way I used to move. A thing that I did to rebrand myself, I started working out. So at one point I was super skinny, and now I'm muscular. So now every time I look in the mirror with my shirt off, it's not that same little boy that was super skinny, that was nothing but skin and bones. I see a whole nother person. So now I'm moving different. Before I didn't have a beard, I decided to grow my beard out, because I was just like, I was just tired, like sick and tired of being sick and tired. I wasn't cutting my hair. I wasn't shaving. And I was just like, yo, whatever happens, happens. And I ended up just growing it. And I was just like, yo, you know what? I'm going to try to grow out a beard. It's still kind of patchy. It's not full yet. I'm trying. But I said, you know what? I'm going to grow a beard. And then I ended up growing my hair out. And now I have locks and a full beard. I look at my old videos of myself, probably 2 years ago, 4 years ago. I'm completely different, looking different, feeling different, being a totally different person. So the last version of myself was somebody that didn't work out, was somebody that didn't wake up early. The hours that I wake up now, the 5 o'clock, the 4 o'clock, years ago, I could never imagine myself doing anything like that. But I'm different now and I look different. And every time I look in the mirror, I'm a different person. Like I started wearing tighter clothes to fit my body. I used to wear big clothes. I used to wear large and I was skinnier than I am now. Now I wear medium. Sometimes I wear large. It just depends. But wearing large, wearing bigger clothes didn't make any sense. So I had to change. I had to buy a bunch of new clothes. And if you don't have money to buy clothes, listen, go to the Marshalls, go to the Ross, go to the TJ Maxx. I'm telling you, it's steals in there. It's steals in there. I'll be finding shirts in there for $10. And I'm cheap. So if I find the $10 shirts, $12 might even be pushing it for me. But I'm gonna find the cheapest shirts I can because it just feels good. You feel good popping that tag off, putting that brand new shirt on, and going out and be like, you feeling fresh. You're not feeling wearing them faded out shirts you've been wearing for at least seven, 8, 9 times. Like it's after a while, you gotta throw them shirts out. We got to get new. We got to get new clothes, new shoes, new socks, new drawers. Buy some new drawers. Like, don't be wearing the ones that's all stretched out and all that stuff. Come on now. Like, we gotta have everything new. We're a new person. Rip open that brand new pack of undershirts. You don't feel good. It smells like the new car smell. It smells new. Like you're a new person. You're not gonna put old clothes on a baby. You're not gonna give a baby hand me. You are gonna give a baby hand me down. Babies are expensive. But you're not gonna give a newborn baby hand-me-downs. A newborn baby's gonna wear the clothes they have. So it's like you want to be new. You want to be a different person. So definitely you want to work on changing your appearance. The second step on rebranding is changing your environment. I remember going from high school to college. That was a big shift for me. So high school, you're at home with your parents. You're around all your friends that you knew since middle school, sometimes even elementary school. But when I went to college, I was in a totally different town. I went to North Carolina A&T. So that was Greensboro. It's about an hour and a half from my friends. None of my friends went there. I had to make new friends. I had to get used to the area. I had to find a barber, which the barber sucked. Oh my gosh. I wish I knew his name so I could shout him out how bad he was. He was so bad. He was so bad I'm sorry, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I remember getting a haircut from him first and just being so bad. And one time when I went in there and I was just like, nah, I want the other guy. Like, I know everybody say, you're not supposed to shoot your barber, but that wasn't my barber. That was somebody that I found because I needed somebody to cut my hair. He was so bad, I had to find someone else that was basically sitting 2 chairs down. I said, I'm sorry, man, I can't. I didn't tell him that it was bad, but I had to say, yo, nah, man, you're not cutting my hair no more. He said, yo, I got you, bro. No, you don't got me. You don't got me. You don't got me. And I think his birthday was the same day as mine too. I think one time he gave me like a free cut because my birthday was the same time as his. But I said, nah, bro. I don't even want cuts from you for free. It was so bad. So I just went to the guy two chairs down, which was way better for me. But yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to go there. That was so bad that I think about it now. It's kind of, oh gosh. All right. but pretty much like I said, I had changed my environment. I had to be someone totally different because I'm not in the same place. I remember I made the decision that I'm going to stop being shy because growing up, I was super shy. I would never think about creating a podcast, think about creating a video of myself talking. I was shy. So in high school, I was super shy. But when I went to college, I said, these people don't know me. These people don't know anything about me. I could be anybody I want to be. And I said, yo, I'm about to be confident. I started going. They had like the little, I think orientation. They had like the parties and stuff. I never partied in high school. I was a homebody in high school. When I got to college, I'm dancing. I'm in here partying, trying to dance and all that stuff. And said, yo, I can be different because I'm rebranding myself. They don't know me. So think about that. You're changing your environment. You're getting out of your hometown. Your hometown, everybody knows you for being you. Everybody knows you for being that person you were in your hometown. Now you move. You could be whoever you want to be. You ready to change your appearance? Now you could be a totally different person, super confident, super smart, whatever you want to be in that new environment. And that's what I did. In college, I was somebody else. I went back to my friends. They're like, man, you different. Yeah, I'm different because I changed. I didn't change my look at that point. I was still same old skinny Jalon. But I changed my environment, and changing the environment, changing the people that are around me, changing the voices that's in my head, it made a difference. So my advice to you, if you really want to make this brand rebrand and you really want to reinvent yourself, move out that city you've been in for the last 20 years. Move out. Change your friend group. They have so many different events, networking events for business, for basically anything you want to do. This is this thing called Eventbrite. You can just look up, anything you want to do. You look up, find those events. You can meet new people that way, and that's changing up your community. Go to a different grocery store. You go to the same grocery store. You see the same cashier. Go to a different grocery store. If you work out, go to a different gym. See different people in the gym. Just seeing different things will make you change, make you being somebody different than you are. You're reinventing yourself. And like I said, once you reinvent yourself, you can be whoever you want to be. And then the third and final thing is having that mindset shift. This is going to be the most important and also the hardest thing to do, is shifting your mind. So you can change your appearance, you can change your environment, but if you don't change your mind, you're going to be going right back into the same habits like you were doing before. We already made the plan, we made a reflection, so we know we wanted to change, but you got to stick to the plan. You can't go into the new town and then end up going into the same habits, finding the same people that were just like the people in your hometown. Oh, you're from Raleigh too? I'm from Raleigh. Oh man, let's hang out. Remember back in Raleigh we used to. And now you're the same person you were. So you went to that new town, you found something familiar, you stuck onto it. You're like, this feels good. This feels good. This is my comfort zone. This is where I wanted to be in the beginning. No, we already made the reflection. We already made the plan that we got to change. We got to stick to the plan. Big Sean, stick to the plan. You probably don't even know that song, but yeah. But yeah, we have to stick to the plan. So this is going to be that mindset shift of, for me, knowing that I want to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Even though it's tough, I'm waking up. Right now, it's like, 5:30 or even 6 o'clock right now. I've been recording for a minute, but it's early. And I said, I got to record this. I got to get this episode back because I'm rebranding my brand. I want to make sure that every single week I'm putting out an episode with me or me and my girlfriend, so y'all can see me more, be fans of me. I'm rebranding this podcast. So I didn't say my podcast is failing. I'm not, it's fine. I know it's going to take time. I haven't even been doing this for a year yet, but I'm making sure that y'all are fans of me first. So yes, it's going to be a little harder to make sure I'm recording every single week, but I got to get it done. This is me before work. I'm recording this thing. I'm going to go to work, come home, edit it. Then I'm going to put this thing out because this is something that I made a plan and I said I'm going to change about my podcast. I can't just I got to make sure that y'all are in love with me, in love with my brand so I can grow. And I'm going to keep making these videos every single time because this is a plan I made. So whatever plan you made to rebrand yourself, to reinvent yourself, you got to do it and you got to stick to the plan. So thinking about this mindset shift, I was thinking about IHOP. Yeah, IHOP is a place that people probably don't even go to anymore. It's not as good as I remember as a kid. I remember going to IHOP and I used to get like the chocolate pancakes with the smiley face on it with the hot chocolate. That was fire back in the day as a kid. But I doubt many people go there anymore. But I remember they were trying to not rebrand, but they were kind of like trying to do this like little, well, I guess we don't call it a rebrand for purposes of the episode. They were trying to do like a mini rebrand where they turned some of the P's on their business, IHOP, International House of Pancakes, to B's, or International House of Burgers. So they just wanted people to know that they had burgers. So they changed their appearance. They didn't change locations because, IHOP was in the same spots. Well, IHOB was in the same spots that the IHOPs were in. And they didn't change their mindsets because nothing on the menu changed. They just wanted everybody to know that they have burgers. So I just want to show you how important it is that all three of these steps you take for that rebrand, for that reinvention of yourself is important because they changed their appearance. They didn't change their location. They didn't change their mindset. So you see IHOP. Oh, what is IHOP? Oh, they got burgers. You go in there and you look at the menu, and the menu is the same exact menu. They still got all their pancakes, but now you see they have burgers, which they had all along. So it never really worked because they're like, this is the same store. I thought it was going to be something different. So so that's why I want to let you know that the mindset shift is very important. You change everything about your appearance. You look good. You look like a whole different person. You don't change your environment, and then you don't change your mindset. You're the same person. You just look different. So when we're making this rebrand, make sure you're sticking to the 3 steps. And again, those 3 steps are your appearance. Change your appearance. Buy some new drawers. Buy some new drawers, please. Don't throw those old things out. The second step is change your environment. Change your environment. If you don't have the money to move out of your town, start going to different stores. Start going to different gyms. Because we work out on this podcast. Start going to a different gym. Start driving home a different way. Try something different. Something about your habit should be different to kind of like signal to your mind we're doing something different. And then the last one is your mind. You have to change your mind. You have to put in your mind that I'm a different person. When I look in the mirror, as I see I am a different person, I'm going to move like a different person. I'm not going to move the same way I used to move before. So those are the 3 things that you need to do to reinvent yourself, rebrand yourself, change your life. And listen, you do that for what, 90 days? You're probably gonna be in a whole another situation, because 9 days is a long time. Like we're at what 1 month, 30 days into the year. Think about it, times 2, times 3, times. I'm sorry, it's early. But just do these things, change your life. Yo, you'll be all right. But that's all I got, man. I'm tired. Like I said, I'm up early recording this episode. Hopefully, y'all learned a little bit about this. But yeah, don't quit. Don't quit. Rebrand. Get that mindset right. Get that parents right. Like I said, change your drawers. Okay. Make sure you change your drawers. And that's it. That's all I got. I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate y'all getting this far. Um, like I said, the beginning part was a joke. I know it sounded real, but that was a joke. I'm not quitting. I might feel like that a lot of days, but yo, I'm gonna keep going. I have a plan. I'm gonna stick to the plan. And if the plan don't work, I'm gonna rebrand again. Okay. But thanks for listening. My name is Jalon Abrams. This is Unknown and Talented, and we'll see you next week.